Hi, this is Dan Bell, and this is my video tour of the Burlington Center Mall in Burlington Township, New Jersey. And I hope you all enjoyed my little homage to the film Dawn of the Dead by George A. Romero. A really great mall movie from the 70s. And there's a lot of great mall movies in the 80s as well. Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking like Night of the Comet. Who has seen Night of the Comet? There's a scene in that film where the two leads go to a mall, and the mall, the Earth has been, the population on Earth has been eliminated by a comet, yet these two valley girls are somehow survived the comet crashing into Earth and killing everybody, and now they're at the mall putting on clothes and dancing around to a Cyndi Lauper, what was the song? Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Also, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Great mall movie. Who's That Girl with Madonna? That has a mall scene in it. Pretty good mall scene. She goes to Sam Goody and shoplifts. Chopping Mall. Another great mall movie with the robotic security guards gone awry, and the kids are in the mall overnight. There was that big thing like back in the day where the shopping mall, like the thought of being in a shopping mall at night when everybody was gone was such a like an amazing thing to think about. And I remember the first time I worked in a mall, in my local mall, the first shift I had where we were in the mall at closing, and you go out in the mall and it would just be so quiet. And it was such a weird feeling, so odd. But I think those films tried to give that feeling to the audience, since that seemed like such a popular thing back in the day. Anyway, I'm rambling on here. This is the 15th episode of the Dead Mall series. And I must ask, what is your favorite episode so far? I don't know if I have a favorite now. They're all pretty good. But you can check out the other episodes on my channel in the Dead Mall series playlist. You can watch them on your television if you have Apple TV or Roku or whatever else, however else you get YouTube on your television. You can have a whole party and watch nothing but Dead Mall series videos. So let me know what your favorite episode is. Go on to facebook.com/thisisdanbell and let me know. Or you can tweet me at thisisdanbell. And make sure you check out my Instagram as well for some really good Dead Mall pictures that I take when I'm out filming these places. Anyway, on to this mall. The Burlington Center Mall. It opened in August of 1982, and it was built by the Rouse Company of Columbia, Maryland. And the Rouse Company also built, actually created Columbia, Maryland, and the Columbia Mall. which the Columbia Mall is still open. It is thriving, packed full of shoppers, has been modernized, and is a very nice mall. It's surprising when you see Burlington Center how similar it is to what Columbia Mall used to look like back when it first opened. The anchor store here that we're looking at was JCPenney. There's 3 anchors in the mall. There was a JCPenney, there was a Macy's, and there's still a Sears remaining. The Macy's closed. Let's see. The Macy's closed in 2010. Over here on the left, you can see the food court. There were a lot of birds flying around inside of the mall, probably getting in through some cracked glass or missing insulation or whatever's going on the roof. This mall is slated to be redeveloped. So they're going to demolish Macy's, the former Macy's, and the JCPenney. And they're going to replace it with an outdoor shopping center. I don't know what the plans look like. I know they're going to start pretty soon. There's the food court. Most of the places in the food court are closed. And coming up here is why I shot this video at this mall. This mall has probably one of the most incredible fountains that is still in operation in a mall that you'll ever see. I don't know if there's any mall in the United States that has a fountain that's this remarkable. And it's coming up here. You can kind of see it in the center of your screen, but we're going to get a much closer look at it when we get there. Just a little information on the fountain. It's a sculpture. It was done by a Philadelphia artist named Zenos Frudakis. And he is a figurative sculptor, and his subjects include portraits of living and historical individuals and poetic philosophical sculpture. And he works in Philadelphia. This is a view up the corridor that we just walked. All the stores in this section down by where the Macy's used to be are dead. They're gone. Everything is closed except for one store. Looks like it sells like prom dresses or pageant dresses. I'm not sure where you would wear any of these gowns because they were quite garish looking at them through the window. Anyway, here's the inside of an old music store. So the fountain is coming up. I'm excited for you to see it. I'm going to be quiet while we see the fountain. The little montage, the fountain montage, a Radio Shack, another thing that we will not be seeing anymore in 5 years anyway. Here's the fountain. Here is the former Macy's. Looking inside, just look at that. That'll all be gone very, very soon. I'm really hoping that there are plans to relocate that fountain and put it somewhere, because it is really, really beautiful. And the thing that is interesting about it is that it's such a large sculpture, because really the rocks and the waterfalls and everything inside of it is part of the sculpture. So hopefully they'll include it in the next shopping center or whatever they're going to build here. I love this sign here, this exciting opening in this location. Exciting retail opening. That's hilarious. Unbelievable. We actually saw a few of those unsafe structure notices around the building. So anyway, this mall obviously has been through the ringer. At the time that it opened, it was a pretty rural area up along County Route 541. And it really caused the area to become very developed. The building of this mall. So the mall had a really bad day on January 13th, 2007. There was gang-related violence. It involved 20 individuals connected with the Bloods and the Next Level gang. They're considered a stepping stone to the Crips. And they had to close the mall early due to the violence on January 13th, 2007. That's a good way for word to get around that your mall is not a place that is safe anymore, and people will not go. And unfortunately, that has happened here. I would say at this moment in time, there is probably a 20% vacancy rate. Wait a minute, is that right? I would say there's 20% of the stores have businesses in them. The rest of the mall is empty. So I would say there's an 80% vacancy rate. I always get things switched around. Anyway, here's what I'm saying. 80% of the mall is empty. That's what I wanted to say. So we'll continue on here. You can see that was probably an old Suncoast video. And when I went up to this gate to film inside, the odor coming out of this place was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So if you go to Burlington Center Mall, do know that if you stick your nose in the gate where the Suncoast video used to be, you will get a horrible, horrible odor up your nose that will make you go, oof, that is the worst thing I've ever smelled. It smelled horrible. Look into another store. Some of the interiors of these stores are very, very vintage looking and worth a peek. Here is an arcade that is next to Sears, and it's a really nice arcade. Look at all this stuff. I don't know if they have pool tables in there, but they have the cues right there. Pool cues. I don't know if there's maybe pool tables in the back. I don't know. Great arcade, though. Here we are taking a ride down in the center court, looking over towards where JCPenney was, and we're nearing the end of this episode of the Dead Mall series. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because there's much more on the way. Also, go over to Facebook and give me a like, and follow me on Twitter, and look me up on Instagram, and look me up on Vine. Thank you all for watching. There will be more videos of Dead Malls coming soon. Have a great day.